What it is, my jibe turkeys, Peace and Grease here, and we're going to talk a little bit about fixing the intermissions. Now, I don't think that it's necessarily fair that I am so critical of the intermissions, but yet I don't actually put together a plan to improve them. And I think it's time for me to put my money where my mouth is, how I would go about actually fixing the intermissions. Now, if you hate an idea that I put out there, let me know in the comments sections. If you love an idea I put out there, let me know in the comments sections. Fam, if you have a great idea, put it in the comments section. Now, with all that being said, let's first identify the problem with the intermissions. Now, it's true that every intermission we've had since the very first one, essentially, although the number of levels have changed, all remain the same in that they take the rewards from the full production night waves and they recycle them through these intermissions. The issue is longevity. We've only had 3 full production night waves. Let's say, hypothetically, each one of these full production night waves have given us 10 rewards each. That's 30 rewards total. The question becomes this: how long can DE recycle those same 30 rewards? 3 years? Well, they're getting close to that now for the Wolf of Saturn 6. 6 years, 7 years, the same 30 rewards recycled continually. Yeah, it's a pretty bleak future for intermissions when you realize that. And that is why intermissions are dependent on full production night waves. Full production night waves bring in an influx of all new rewards. Intermissions take those and recycle them. And while we're getting full production night waves, intermissions work largely fine for their purpose. However, without full production night waves, that's when intermissions become broken. Now, what can we do to fix them? Okay, well, there's a few things I want to point out. The first is we know that the format for every intermission is the same, in that 2/3 of all of the rewards are recycled old rewards. That's kind of disappointing. So the first step, that's done. We're not doing that anymore. 2/3 of an intermission cannot be recycled rewards over and over and over again. Instead, 2/3 of every single intermission's rewards are all now brand spanking new rewards. That's the first step in separating the intermissions from the full production night waves. At that rate, they're no longer dependent on them because they're bringing in their own influx of new rewards. Now, DE wants to recycle all of these old rewards, and I understand that. The current reward system that we have now gives us anywhere in the neighborhood of 2 or 3, 4 maybe new rewards per intermission. That's it. Since we're not using those slots anymore, because remember, my idea is that 2/3 of all of the rewards, instead of being recycled rewards, are now brand spanking new rewards, those 2 to 3 to 4 slots are no longer needed in that location. That is where your recycled rewards go. Now, if DE really wants more, to recycle more rewards, put it in the cred offerings. Put it to Barrow. But that's the first step in really revamping intermissions. The second step, Umbral Forma. Unacceptable. This one singular, meager, paltry, miserly Umbral Forma per intermission at rank 29 or 30, it's becoming a meme at this point. Every 10 ranks, Umbral Forma. Meaning, at rank 10, Umbral Forma. Congratulations, you got to rank 10. Rank 20, you're over halfway. Congratulations, Umbral Forma. And then, of course, rank 29 or 30, Umbral Forma. That's 3 Umbral Forma total per intermission. Now, that's not that much. I do not believe that that's unrealistic. I'm only asking for 2, not 5, 10, 15, 20, 2 Umbral Forma more per intermission. So 3 total. I think that that is completely realistic. The next step, these challenges. Unfortunately, what's the point? There is none. So, if you've ever played a season pass in Destiny 2, then you know that when you complete a rank on the season pass, you collect it. and that's how you get the rewards. Well, this is different but similar in that when you complete a challenge or an act, what then happens is it completes and you get whatever the standing is. But on top of that, there is a hidden, we'll call it a bingo challenge or a bingo act every reset. We don't know what it is, obviously, and it's random for each player, which is going to keep it more fun because people can't just go to YouTube and say, which act is the hidden act, right? Which is the bingo act, because it's random. So what you're going to do now is means you're going to have to do more of these acts or challenges to find the hidden bingo unit, act or challenge. When you do, it's going to award you either with more standing on top of what you already get for completing the challenge, or some other type of award that DE decides upon, right? Maybe a forma, maybe a catalyst, maybe, something along those lines to keep it fun, to keep it fresh, right? It's not just grinding through the ranks. There's actually kind of a little level of extra fun to it, right? Now, if DE goes with, more standing, it's got to be a lot. Let's face facts here. We want to encourage players to run these challenges, these acts. We want to encourage players being active every reset with this intermission. So it's got to be a rank worth of XP. So in this case, 10,000. Each rank is about 10,000 XP. So if you find and complete the hidden challenge or act, it's an automatic level. That was going to be well worth your time to find and complete those bingo acts or challenges. So you complete it, there'll be a star or some kind of identifier on it once you've completed and found that bingo act or, challenge. You click on it and you collect it. And that's how you're going to get your rewards, right? That's going to keep it fun. That's going to keep it fresh. It's going to keep it exciting, right? And that's going to happen every reset. Next, DE, you're not going to want to hear it. I know you're going to probably think I'm beating a dead horse, but I'm going to say it again. That is Endo. Put it in the damn cred offerings. Put it in the damn cred offerings. Now, I personally do not value Endo. I don't put any value in it. To me, Kuba is far more valuable than Endo will ever be. Now, I'm sure DE thinks I'm bonkers for devaluing Endo. At the same time, it's clear that DE values Endo at about the same rate of platinum, which obviously we think is bonkers. So let's compromise. Put a 5,000 shot of Endo in the cred offerings for 50 creds. Now, look, I don't know why I have to say this. I don't know why I have to repeatedly say this, I should say. But the old alert system prior to Nightwave had a plethora of missions that you could run to earn Endo. The full production Nightwaves had Endo. The intermissions do not. Am I the only one that sees how bonkers that is, that we have an alert system that does not give an ounce of Endo? I mean, come on now. I mean, if you can't see the flaw in that, then I can't help you. That's a problem. Look, new players do not have the same avenues open to them that we do. Experienced, veteran, vets. They don't have the same avenues. They can't run, Railjack. They don't have thousands of mods in their terminal to scrap per Endo. They can't run Arena. They can't do a lot of the activities that we do to earn Endo. Having an alert system that is going to provide new players with a source to earn Endo is a no-brainer. DE, you always tell the new players you care about the new player experience. Stop telling them and show them that you do by adding Endo here. Now, let's talk about what the ramifications are going to be for all of these changes that I am personally recommending. First things first, Did you know that you can rack up between 350 to almost 400, or excuse me, 500 creds per intermission? Now I ask you this. How long do you think it's going to take players to buy everything in the cred offerings, keeping in mind that a lot of the stuff they're going to earn outside of the intermissions? How long do you think it's going to take them to earn, or excuse me, buy every single thing in the cred offerings? If they're racking up 350 to almost 500 creds per intermission, not long. By putting two-thirds of an intermission's rewards as all brand new rewards, you reduce the cred flooding. Players aren't just inundated with creds that they have to spend on something in the cred offerings. You're reducing that. This is also going to encourage players, if they want creds, to go beyond level 30 in an intermission, because after level 30, it's nothing but creds to buy what it is that they're wanting from the cred offerings. It's a win-win across the board. Period. The end. The other thing is it's going to most certainly encourage player engagement. I mean, this is a no-brainer. You present the intermission that I'm describing here, two-thirds of the rewards in every intermission are brand new, with only a tiny amount of recycled rewards, 2 to 4, 3 Umbral Forma per intermission every 10 levels, a bingo challenge or act that is going to award either some other type of unique item or standing equal to 1 level, and that you have creds in the cred offering, excuse me, Indo in the cred offerings. That's an intermission I want. That's an intermission I want to play. Yeah, give it to me, please. I want it now. Like, no question. Now, you got to understand that players only have a certain amount of time per day to, game. And they have to look at, okay, where do I spend my time? Where is it going to be more valuable to me? In Warframe, with an intermission, in the way that they currently are, two-thirds of all of the rewards are recycled, right? Only 2 to 4 items are new, and only 1 Umbral Forma at the very end, and that's it, with no new cred offers. No thanks. I'm going to invest my time in a different game. I'm going to get more out of my time investment with a new game than I ever will out of this old intermission system. And I'm not trying to disrespect anybody at DE. The other big, but again, if you give me the intermission I'm describing here, I'm going to look at, this intermission versus a different game. Okay, I'm going to invest some of my time here in this intermission. Period. The end. I may still devote some of my time to the game, a different game, but I'm not completely abandoning Warframe at the same time. So, yeah, that's a big difference between now and what could be. Furthermore, as I said at the beginning of the video, by doing this, you are completely making the intermissions independent of the full production night waves. You no longer need full production night waves, DE. You don't need them anymore. If you make the changes that I'm suggesting here on this intermission, full production night waves are now null and void. You don't need them anymore. So, again, all of these changes, in my opinion, are win-win across the board for everybody involved. The player communities, the new players, the experienced players, the veteran players, the intermediate players, DE themselves. I don't see any downside to this. And by all means, if any of you see a downside, let me know down in the comments section. But that's the intermission that would excite me. This is the intermission I'm describing is an intermission that I would 100% play. But there you have it. In a nutshell, that is how I personally would fix intermissions. Again, it's up to DE at this point. If they want to fix them, they will. If they don't, they won't. You can just look forward to another 8 years of the same 30 rewards being recycled, or 8 years of Halloween rewards and Christmas rewards and Valentine's Day rewards, apparently, going forward. Yikes. And you can run 30 levels for 1 Umbral Forma, by all means. And new players, I'm sorry, you don't get any Indo. What can I say? But there you have it. Again, let me know what you guys and gals think down in the comment section below. And until next time, peace out.